Where do you want to start off at?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
You could
introduce
start.
y'all. We
Yeah,
listen.
Oh, go ahead,
yeah.
girl.
You go ahead.
They excited, y'all. So we're live right now with Black Business, a Black Owned Connect. I was getting the name wrong the first couple of times. So Black Owned Connect. I'm gonna let y'all tell them what that is because it's really. But I want y'all to put it in y'all words what it is and what you do for people.
Well, essentially, what we do with our organization, it was initially, well, first, our name is currently Black Owned Business Connect, but we are in the middle of a rebranding. So currently, right now, so we're just pretty much like focusing on that. But right now, our focus for our organization and what we do is that we pretty much curate these events in order to provide a platform and spaces for Black owned businesses and other minority owned businesses as well. So that way they'll be able to have that space in order for them to grow, collaborate, network, and more opportunities for more exposure for sustainability within their business. So we've been hosting events since our inception, probably since 2020. That's when we were founded. It's September 2020. So
I'm sharing it.
here you
So I'm over
are.
here working. I'm sharing this right now.
Okay.
So
um, Oh yeah. So I mean, and ever since then, like it started off as just like doing a pop up shop, with her business.
yeah, helping out other businesses and basically just providing a space where they could share their products and services. And it was
Right.
during the pandemic when we had started. So it branched off from just events. It
Hmm.
branched off from just doing vendor events to actually doing events where people can network and connect and meet with each other. You
Yeah.
know, get from behind the table and get out there and connect with people, on a different level.
Okay. So is it like promoting or how do you connect the businesses? How do you connect the pieces together?
So the way we do that is three pillars. We
Mhm.
have our networking events, then we have our business consulting services, which includes the, promotion, marketing, helping them with connecting them to, legal resources,
Yeah.
um, building their business, so paperwork, anything that they need, on a professional level is where the consulting will come in. And then
Right.
on the volunteer and fundraising side, doing a lot of events for the community where businesses can get involved, giving back into the community and empowering the community.
Wow, that's excellent. That is excellent. And how long? I know you said you started your business then, but was that when you start connecting other companies together, or did you wait a little bit?
I
Uh,
mean, it kind of just
Mhm.
happened and blended into itself.
yeah, it really did. Because it did just really started like locally, just doing like what we mentioned, just doing these pop up tabling shops. But then we wanted to do something much more different than that, like what she had mentioned, and that's just pretty much get from behind the table and like just being able to just be able to do more than just being able to sell your product, but just be able to talk about it, introduce yourself, but also more importantly, like what are the next steps in your business that you would like to take, and how can we be able to connect you with it in that same space in the events that we curate. And a lot of our events, they're pretty much we like to make centralized to a certain goal depending on
Right.
like what they're looking for. Because for one example, one of our events that's annual is called Creative Nights. And what that is basically an event where we pretty much offer open to the public essentially for them to
Right.
come in and to network with photographers at the Selfie Museum Studio. So that way, not only that they'll be able to get branding content for themselves and their businesses, but also to be able to help out and support other local photographers in order for them to get themselves more out there. And then
Okay.
that way, they'll be everybody's helping one another, and then that's how we grow within each other and for whatever else that you may aspire to.
Okay, that's cool. So is this the only
Sorry.
business that y'all own, the Black owned Business Connect, or do you own separate businesses as well?
So I only help out with Black-owned Business Connect so far on that end. And I just mainly just handle the volunteer side of it. So one of the things that I do that I pretty much do every year is the Kidpreneur Jamboree. And we just did that this past summer. And I'm just finishing off, actually, like finalizing some final things within that project that we just finished. But we were able to give back to the community by providing a platform for aspiring entrepreneurs who are kids, so that way they'll be able to have exposure, but also that practice, so that way they know how to communicate, social skills, and also to be able to know how to pitch themselves or actually present themselves in a way so that way they can be braced up for that world when that time comes, or for any aspect of their life. And we're also able to give out backpacks and school supplies as well too, in collaboration with a local church. This past year over in St. Pete with New Hope Baptist Church, and we're able to donate how much, like 150 kids.
Yeah, almost 150.
Yeah,
kids.
150 kids. Yeah, giving back to the community of St. Pete. It was a great thing. But that's pretty much like what I pretty much focus on within Black-owned Business Connect. Her, on the other hand, however.
So what you got going on, Selena? Because you said her on a lot going on. Let's hear about it.
Well, I used to have a lot going on. It's still a lot, but I've been able to kind of like consolidate it and organize it. So with Black-owned Business Connect, not only am I the founder, but I'm also the marketing director and the event coordinator. So
Right.
with being the marketing director and the event coordinator, those two parts are handled by Lena Plans, which is a subsidiary of Black-owned Connect, where I do event planning, content creation, social media management, and marketing and promotions. So on Lena Plans is one-stop shop of, all those things kind of put together that I put out there. So I'm able to utilize my business to help Black-owned Connect in that nonprofit, using those tools to plan all of our annual events, market and promote all of our services. And then also we have our, teams. So I kind of like let them know what they need to do and they can handle that while I'm focusing on Lena Plans.
That is cool. That's cool. That's a lot. So you do the marketing, you do everything on the other. Hey, everybody. You do everything on the other end too. And then you have Lena Plans. So is Lena Plans just to support the Black-owned Business Connect, or is that a separate thing too?
No, it's a separate thing as well, because some people, I get booked for things separately besides from Black-owned Connect. So that's why, Lena Plans is just a subsidiary of Black-owned Connect.
Right.
I do all that stuff for our nonprofit, but I also do that for other people, for my own business. So people book me to do event planning, day of coordinator services. I have clients that I do social media management for, and clients that I create different graphic designs things for. So that is in with it, and it's its own separate thing at the same time.
It's a separate thing too. So it's two separate businesses. That's real cool. Well, what are some things you guys have coming up? And matter of fact, that jamboree at the St. Pete, I was there, so that was fun. Yeah. It was real cool to give the kids the book bag and stuff. So that was real fun to see all those little kids entrepreneurs, especially that little man with that tea. That tea was so good.
Tony T. Shout out to Tony T. He was phenomenal. He was great. He was great. Oh, and I'd be remiss, I forgot to mention Closer to Our Dreams. He was actually a very big influence in getting sponsors and also the exposure that we were able to get at the level that I didn't think that we were able to get. So shout out to Duvet and Closer to Our Dreams and the community of St. Pete for pulling through and collaborating with us on that one. So that was a really big help.
Yeah,
definitely. That's cool. So what's up next? I know y'all have some things. I've been looking at y'all website. I've been reading posts. So y'all have some things coming up. So what's up next?
So right now we're really gearing up for 2023. Getting ready for our annual events. Kidpreneur Jamboree in 2023 is going to be, two different events, one to support the city of St. Pete and then another one to support the city of Tampa. Great. Women About Business, that's also an annual event. So getting started on planning that as well. And then we definitely want to incorporate more collaborations with other different businesses
Absolutely.
in 2023, supporting other businesses in 2023, and seeing exactly how we can do that, whether it is financially, whether it is marketing and promotion, whether it is in consulting. So that is like our main focus for Black Owned Connect. With Lena Plans, my calendar, opens and closes as it gets booked. So for 2022, I'm pretty much capped out when it comes to events. On that side, I'm still accepting some social media clients. I have my last virtual class coming up in December 14th, where I'm going to be teaching other people how to be their own social media manager. Nowadays, a lot of people are trying to teach other people like, hey, I make this much amount of money in being a social media manager, and I can teach you how to do the same thing. And that's not really realistic, because not everybody can afford to have a social media manager. Not everybody can afford that extra expense. So here I come in to be like, hey, these are the tools that I use as a social media manager to make my clients' lives easier. And you can use these same things to make your life easier in your business, so that you can afford a social media manager later on down the line.
And that is why you got to sign up for her class on December 14th. I cannot stress that enough. Please sign up for that class December 14th. You guys
tell us more about, tell them about the class, what's going to happen in, because people are visual, so they get nervous when they don't know about different things. So give them a little in-depth, since that's coming up real soon.
Okay, so basically the tagline of the whole thing is I'm going to be teaching you how to create 30 days of content in 7 days. So basically in those 7 days, you'll be able to create your graphics, build out an outline of what I'm posting, where I'm posting, create those graphics, schedule them out, and have that done for 30 days. So this class is in December 14th. When you leave my class, you should be creating graphics, scheduling them out, and be done for at least January and February of 2023. Because a lot of people don't realize is that you're missing out on clients, you're missing out on opportunities for people to see your business active. And at the same time, I get it, you don't have time. Nobody has time to post every single day. I'm not posting for my clients every single day. No.
Really isn't enough.
It's impossible.
There's really not enough time in the day to begin with.
Honestly. And for me, I had to create a formula for myself, because when I first started, I was doing it by a weekly basis, and I was running myself ragged. Like, why am I doing this on a weekly basis? I need to find an easier way. And I found that easier way in doing it in 30-day increments in 7 days. So in 7 days, you could have already been building your outline. And when you do that the first time, you already have your calendar. So you're just exchanging things as the month goes along. And you're finding time, and you're refining it, and you're building clients, and you're booking people. And you're like, dang, now I don't have the time to do this, but I'm making this amount of money, where I can tell somebody, hey, you make graphics, you know how to do graphics? I can pay you this amount of money to be able to do this, that, and a third. You're creating your own formula for yourself. So it's all a process, and it's a process that I had to do for myself, for my businesses, I do with my clients, that now I'm showing other people, this is how you do it for yourself.
Right. I like that. So December 14th, what's the fees on that, so people can start collecting their coins? Because I personally schedule a lot of my posts, and it really helps, because I don't have to be awake for them to go up.
Exactly.
And they just go up, and I don't think people know the joy of having that freedom. And you miss out on clients when you don't do certain things, as far as your business goes. So what's the fee for that December 14th?
So it is $25, and what that comes with is an hour-long Zoom, and then there's a 30-minute Q&A. So after the Zoom, you'll be able to ask me any questions. How do I do this? How do I go here? And I do a live tutorial and Q&A with you. You'll also get a copy of that entire class sent to you in your email. Then you'll also get a 30-day template calendar to input your stuff in there, with some, holidays and some, inserts in there to help you out to get started. And you get the smart chart, which is the outline of what you'll create to insert all that stuff in there. So you get all those digital products and the class. I understand it's right now. We are entering into a recession. So $25, that's the fee for you to go and create your content to make more money in this season.
That is not that much. So that is why you should, on
Sure.
December 14th, definitely attend her class. Please do so. Not stress
Germ advertising for you.
Because Germ knows like the stress of me, like before sitting down daily all night,
just
having to
preparing
just
a session,
preparing
the session to teach it or anything like that. I know what it takes, especially when it's something that you love and you just want to be able to do that at the max capacity as much as you can.
Right.
And that's what we all try to strive.
Right. It's not about the money. It really isn't. That's why $25.
Reach all, teach all.
Let's go ahead and get it done. I have no problem teaching you how to go create a graphic. Your services and products are way more than that. So let's go ahead, take this quick class to see how can I create that to get more clients. Really, it's an investment that you're going to make 10 times over by employing these skills into your business.
Right. So I have like maybe 2 more questions. I know I told y'all a certain time, but I always keep people a little longer than what I tell them. So, so how did you come up with Black Business Owned Connect? Like what made you say like, I want to do this. This is what I want my business to be, and come up with everything? Like what happened?
That's kind of funny.
Honestly, it started out with the first business that I first started, which was Hookah Tips. And that was like a luxury hookah tip brand. And I used to go to other vendor events, and I would go to these other vendor events, and I would just like, that's it. So I'm just gonna come here and sell and go home. I would go out, I would go around and I would meet people and I'll talk to them like, hey, my name's Selena and I'm the owner of Hookah Tips. And what do you do? And then try to, connect with them. And they were just like not interested in connecting. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to know how to support your business. And it was just a concept that just was kind of like, I don't know, like foreign at that time, and it was in the middle of the pandemic. So everybody was just more so concerned about like, hey, if you're not here to buy from me, then I don't have nothing to do with you.
Right.
And I don't know, it just seemed like it just wasn't fulfilling, and I'm just like, there's a lot more to your business than just selling. You're actually depriving your business of sales by just being a vendor. Like there's just so many other things. You connect with somebody, build with someone else, collab with someone else, meet other people, branch into a different industry, so many different things. So I was like, you know what? I'm an event planner. I used to do event planning, back up north over 10 years ago. I was like, I would love to plan events. We can add a few vendors, but I would love the networking and connecting aspect to be more of the thing about it. It's not about me. It's not about Germs, not about us. It's about the people that are going to be there and connecting them. So being able to build an environment to connect those people together.
Yeah, no, of course
I like that. So before y'all go, I want y'all to give some advice to business owners and tell them how they can connect with you all, with the group of people that you already have. Just come in there and try to connect. So you got 2 things to do: advice and reach out, connect with someone else. Somebody in the chat though said, I'm in for the $25. So make sure y'all look at the chat too to see who it was so you can reach out to that person.
Okay. So to that person, you can definitely go on my website. It is linaplans.com, LINAPLANS.com. You'll be able to see that right there on the home page. My advice, honestly, is don't be afraid to put yourself out there. A lot of time people always ask me like, hey, Selena, how did you get the opportunity? I asked and they said no. And I just kept asking and I kept supporting. And I didn't shy away just because they said no to me. I didn't feel bad. I didn't look at them like, oh, you didn't like me. You didn't want to know. I still kept on supporting and kept on right there. And
and I guess like to add on top of that, or to expound on it, like don't be anything less than yourself when you're doing your business. People can tell, can feel authenticity, and anything less than that, you know, you only can get out what as much as yourself you put into it.
Right.
So more of yourself that you put into it, including 100% of yourself, your personality, your smarts, your experience, everything about you that makes you you, and put that passion into your business, that it'll yield what you like, what you definitely aspire to do. So never really sell yourself short, and don't ever give up, especially if you feel like maybe one venture may not work out. That's why rebranding exists, and you know, that's why it exists. So that's why, you just keep going at it, and like maybe, as an entrepreneur, like everybody wants to be able to like work for themselves or anything like that, but also see how it can see how there's a way that you can contribute as well, as opposed just to only look for dollars or anything just to stack your bank account. Everybody wants to be able to live sustainably, but can you also contribute as well, also too, so that way people can still have that need around, if that makes sense.
Yes, you can follow us on Instagram at Black Owned Connect. That's BLACKOWNED Connect on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook. And you can subscribe to our website at bobcllc.com, which will be updating for 2023.
Yes.
It is also a Black business directory. So our forms are going to be going up soon, where people will be able to get onto the website. The website is going to get a total remake over and update, and it is free to join that directory.
And also to subscribe as well, so that way you can get newsletters and everything else that may be available within your area or whatever. If you're within that registry, of those that are, not registered in that directory, they can definitely like forward us whatever events that they have going on, so that way we can be able to send
Share
that
those
out
as well
to the subscribers that do subscribe to our site.
Yay! Well, I really appreciate y'all for coming on. Y'all did real good. So we're gonna log off, y'all. We appreciate y'all. This is Zip Mouth Motivation. You can follow me on every social media platform there is. Zip Mouth Motivation or Demasha K, Coach Demasha K, on Instagram. And we are out. As soon as I click off.
Take it easy, Demasha. Have a safe night, everybody.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.